Coronavirus cases in the U.S. and the pandemic has claimed more than 144,000 lives here, including parents, siblings, friends, teachers, business owners, and frontline workers. As the country continues to face a surge in new cases, we're sharing the stories of the remarkable people we've lost. Here are just some of the many lives to remember. Jack Turnbull was a highly regarded acting coach and teacher in Los Angeles.
Remember, acting is a muscle. You have to work it out.
He saw more than 100 clients find success in TV and film.
Arrgh! Remember, do your warm-ups as a pirate.
On Actor's Sight, a business he founded, Turnbull rooted his students on with a goofy enthusiasm. Said Kimberly Crandall, an actress and fellow teacher, he made everybody feel their worth. Turnbull was raising 3 kids with his wife Jessa, who we met in the Philippines in 2009. I felt like I found my Mr. Right guy, Jessa said, and that's why I fell in love with him so quick. He was so special to everyone, and to me. Jack Turnbull was 72. Mary J. Wilson was the first African-American senior zookeeper at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. She started working at the zoo in 1961 with only a high school diploma and a love for animals. She was just an extraordinarily brave woman, said her daughter Sharon Wilson Jackson, and a no-nonsense lady. Mary would walk through blizzards to get to work, fearlessly face loose animals, even catch escaped monkeys out of midair. She spent her entire career in the zoo's mammal house, caring for the gorillas, elephants, and big cats, before retiring in 1999. Mary J. Wilson was 83. Saul Moreno owned a Mexican restaurant that became a mainstay in Chicago's Rogers Park neighborhood. He remembered every face that came through the door, said his daughter Daisy. He loved his customers as friends. Moreno came to the U.S. from Mexico City at 13 and would later land a job at a seafood restaurant. With his wife, Maria, helping in the kitchen, he opened his own place, Restaurant Quetzala, in 2005, and spent nearly every day cooking and greeting guests. His success would help send all 3 kids to college. The family plans to keep the restaurant open, Daisy said, as a tribute to him. Saul Moreno was 58. Valentina Blackhorse worked as a government administrator for the Navajo Nation and dreamed of leading her people one day as Navajo president. A former pageant queen, she was proud of her Native American heritage. The reservation, which sprawls across 3 southwestern states, was hit hard by the coronavirus, with one of the country's highest infection rates. When Valentina's boyfriend got the virus, she left their daughter Poet at her grandparents' while she cared for him. Then she got sick herself. She gave so much and never asked anything in return, said her sister Vanielle. She was a giver. Valentina Blackhorse was 28. Leslie Lamar Parker was a tech support specialist for a Minneapolis school district, but he dreamed of being a published writer. It was the last wish on his bucket list, said his wife Whitney. They dated long distance in college, married in 2012, and were raising 2 kids. His spirit was beautiful, his soul was kind. He just loved, Whitney said. When the pandemic hit, he wrote an essay about how it brought his family closer. I won't recall how unforgiving the virus was to people like me. I won't talk about how scared I was for my wife, who has severe asthma, Parker wrote. Instead, I'll remember the conversations we had during our Sunday dinner. Shortly after his death, Parker's essay was published by the food journalism site The Counter. My husband gets to cross off that final bucket list item, Whitney wrote. I am so grateful. My heart is so full. Leslie Lamar Parker was 31.
Boy, Anthony, we haven't done one of these pieces in a while. I was really glad that we weren't doing them, but then when you bring them back, it's just another reminder of how these people are deeply loved and deeply missed. And you look at the ages and the different backgrounds, this virus does not discriminate, and this toll will continue to rise. There are real people behind all of these numbers that we talk about every day.
Yeah, the best way I could describe it, Gail, is that these are my favorite pieces that I wish we didn't have to do, because I wish we were beyond this at this point.
Yes.
But we're not, and so the best we can do is remember, and no one does it like Anthony Mason.
Well, as we've been saying in all this week, that we're gonna have rising numbers through the summer. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to keep telling this story.